The most important
Solving
thing that
sexy
happened in this
crimes.
entire trip was where we went to dinner. Now, there's this thing called Club 33.
Yep.
Right.
I've mentioned it on the show before about how I want to go there. It's a really big deal. You can't get in no matter what. The only way to go there is if you pay this ridiculous fee. Where, I mean, it's like $1,000. You have to wait on a waiting list
D20 silver
for
member.
like 100 years and all this fucking shit. And then eventually you can gain access to pay to get in and all this stuff. Everyone wants to go. No one can get in, including me. And I'm very upset about this. Now, flashback to like episode 37 of the GameOverGreggy show. Last time I talked about Disneyland. And I'm like, hey, I want to go to Club 33. If anyone out there can make that happen, tell me. So my boy Joey out there. My boy Joey.
No.
He tweets at me.
No.
Totally random, not knowing I'm going to Disneyland. He's like, hey, would you want to go to Club 33?
No.
Like, if you ever did, let me know. So I, slide into his DMs. And I'm like, hey, Joey. Yeah, I would. I'm going to Disneyland with my crew this week. Can we make this happen? Now, at this point, I got to be honest with all of you. I'm like, there's no way that this is real. This is bullshit. But you know what?
Joey just wants a DM from his favorite guy, Tim Gettys.
And I'm like, there's just no way. And I'm like, we'll see. So then he immediately messages back. We start going back and forth. Let's get some information. All of a sudden, I get an email from Disney.
No.
It's like, you're invited. And I'm like,
no.
I was like, I don't believe this. So I was like, whatever. So then I'm telling all my friends, I'm telling these Disney fanatics, like, so we're invited to Club 33, but I don't believe it. And we'll see. And so they're like, all right. And they're
like, show us the email. We'll check for authenticity.
We showed them, but it was still one of those
things.
things. So we get there and we plan on going, and it's like we had to wear certain clothes, and like it's an exclusive
No underwear,
thing.
right?
No underwear. Totally banned from the underwear. So we get there, and so Club 33, for the
They
people
have
that don't
paintings
know,
where the eyes follow you and they scan for your underwear.
it's a very exclusive thing, and it's just a random door that the address is just 33.
Yeah.
And you go up to it and you ring a doorbell and whatever. So then they had to move it because too many people were fucking with it from the original. So they renovated, and there's this whole other building. But it's just part of Disneyland. And so you always see people.
It's not by the Blue Bayou anymore?
Oh, it is, but it's just like a different part of it. Okay. So it's just a new door. So you can look online. There's a bunch of people. They're always posting pictures in front of the door and stuff. I was like, oh, it's Club 33, whatever. So I get there and I see people. They're all Instagramming and shit. And I look at it. I'm like, there's a doorbell. I'm like, I don't know, do we just ring the doorbell? Like, this is kind of weird.
No.
Ring the doorbell. Hello. I'm like, this is Gettys for 5:30, and they're like, the door just like opens. And I'm like, we all start freaking the fuck out. We're just like, play it cool. We walk in, and it was just like, oh my God, we're on the other side of the door. So I took a picture of the other side of the door, because duh.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're in there, and I'm like, we're all freaking out. I'm like, I can't believe this is legit. We actually fucking got in. So we're freaking the fuck out. And then Kevin goes from playing it cool to completely losing his shit, because the host goes up to him and goes, hey, would any of you like some hot chocolate? Kevin starts freaking out. They have this little like hot chocolate fountain. You just go over
Kevin,
to.
how sick did you make yourself in that hot chocolate fountain?
Kevin doesn't let his body tell him what to do.
It's just fucking hands.
Did you swim in it? Did you swim in it like Augustus
He's just
Gloop?
Augustus Glooped it. He glooped it. He fucking glooped that fountain.
So we were
They rolled him out
stoked.
of Club 33 like Violet Beauregard.
That's amazing.
So we're in this place and we don't know how to handle ourselves. We're trying to be good, and they have all.
Are
these
they okay
rules.
with you taking photos?
So they're like, you're allowed to take photos. You're not allowed to take video.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's good to know. Right?
Guys, just for like a little bit of context here, a charger plate. You know, the plate that they put down when you sit at a nice restaurant that no food goes on. It's just the plate that's on the table, and then they pull it away before your appetizer comes. A few years ago, Club 33 changed their charger plates. And so there were a few plates that made it to members. A charger plate from Club 33 went on eBay for $13,000. Club 33 is like Disney Mecca. It's like Disney Valhalla. It's like the only thing bigger than getting into Club 33 for dinner is spending a night at the Dream Suite. No one spends a night at the Dream Suite.
Next goal.
It's a secret.
If you guys have any hookups,
The Dream Suite is the secret tiny apartment in the theme park that's just for Disney guests, where the entire thing is a magical, like it's It's
a
crazy.
whole thing.
The fireplace is a real fireplace, but also a magical projection of fireworks can happen in your fireplace. Like it's magical.
It's
Okay,
Disneyland.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Club 33 is just like
One step below
one
that.
step below that. It's like every Disney person would kill you. They would have killed you if
Oh,
they had known.
trust me. I know.
Anybody in that park would have sliced your throat and been like, "I'm Tim Gettys."
So we're in there, we're walking in and we're like, okay, this is crazy. So then the like host comes down to get us. I'm like, all right, this is already the most legit thing I've ever done. And then it's one flight of stairs up and it's a beautiful flight of stairs. And they're like, would you like to take the stairs or would you like to take the elevator? And we're like, just looking at him. He's like, you want to take the elevator? And we're like, okay. We get in the elevator to go up one flight. And he's like, this is the most expensive elevator in California.
No!
And we're just like, yes, this is awesome.
Why?
And we get out, and then you just walk down this hall that's just like, just windows on both sides. You can look down at the whole
The plebes?
What's it called? The
Blue Bayou.
the Blue Bayou
The
area.
working class people?
And like you can just see where we just were outside, right? And we're walking, and the
grunts?
host is bringing us, and he turns around and looks at all of us. He goes, "Before we get seated, would you like to look down and look down at all the peasants out there?" And I'm like, I love this so much. And so they totally, I mean, all it is a nice restaurant. That's really all it is. But they really play it up. And
Nice.
they make you feel so fucking special. And they make you feel like it is what you think it is, because it is. Then you get in, then you sit down, and it's like they're talking about all the charger plates and stuff. I've never seen that much plates. I don't know why we needed that many plates.
Kev, how many charger plates you steal?
So
Tell
to
me
give
you
you
got out
Point,
with a
Kevin
charger
has
plate.
passed out in the sea of hot chocolate.
What are your girlfriends like who aren't into Disney like you guys, but you two goobers are flipping the
I mean,
fuck out?
at this point, like with how this trip had went, and like up until this point of the day, everything went perfectly. We hit everything we needed to, and then you get to this, and it's like we actually made it in.
Yeah.
because we did not believe we were gonna, and so they're all. I mean, they made you feel special. So the girls are like freaking out as well.
Okay.
So we're in there, we're looking at the stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, I don't even remember the details. You might need to help me on this. They changed out our napkins from white napkins to black
Yeah,
napkins.
they came out. They're like, "We're so sorry. You guys are all in dark."
Yeah, my wife, by the way, asks for that every single time she's wearing dark pants. You get white lint on the pants.
Not problems I've ever had.
Club 33! Air horn! Stormtroopers hitting the ground.
They just run around your table.
So there's balconies you can walk out and just like look at everything, and it's like a perfect view of like you can see the fireworks, you can see everything. I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is just so crazy. You can buy either a 5-course or 6-course meal, and that's just what you buy, and then they just bring you shit. And
Sure.
It's like, this is incredible.
Food's good.
Yeah, I mean it's great. Then you can leave, and when you're done with it, there's like there's a bar and like this lounge area, and the service is like impeccable.
They have the frozen head of Walt Disney in the center of the lounge.
The only place
where
in
the fire
Disneyland,
pit would be.
it's the only place in Disneyland that you can drink.
Mm.
So this is key. So we got fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
I was
hate
gonna
it.
say,
Swagged up.
don't fucking leave that place.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
yeah.
I would.
we stayed for as long as we physically could before the couple we were with was like, we gotta go. We gotta fucking go. There's still fast passes to be utilized.
Would you go back on rides after this?
We're gonna fast
yeah,
pass to
you kidding me?
Drunk Town
That
in the
shit's
middle of
fucking
like
new.
this beautiful food court of wonder.
Aren't you like in nice you're like in nice clothes, right? Are you still in like your shorts and
No,
t-shirts?
there was like changing situations
Okay.
going on. Yeah. So
I would
then-
have just camped at that bar. I would
But
have closed it out there.
so they had the story's not done yet. They had these like it was like not a gift shop because it's Club 33. It was more of like a gift like display.
Emporium.
Yeah. So it's not too many things, but it ranges from like hats to like freaking ridiculous fancy bougie bags and stuff that cost like $50,000.
Sure, you bought one.
So what I was surprised at is there was stuff that was pretty cheap. So there's the ears hats, and me and Kevin were like, we got to get ears, we got to get them embroidered, we got to rep the brand. Kind of funny.
Fabergé ears. Strictly for Club 33.
So they had
Fine
ears.
crystal.
They had
Swarovski
ears.
ears.
$25.
So heavy.
They had shit like that though.
Yeah.
They really did.
Really?
Yeah. But the ears that we were looking at,
Club
25
33 is
bucks.
so
And I'm like, that's
dope.
how much all ears are. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
but
this
these look
is,
different. These are fancier.
I mean, it's the Club 33 logo.
Gotcha,
and
thank
it's like you can only get it there. So I'm like, we're getting fucking ears. So I bought my ears and I'm super stoked about it. Then we go, we got to get them embroidered.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, we're going to try to get at Kind of Funny Kevin and at Tim Gettys on our fucking hats because that's the type of people we are.
Sure.
So we go to, like, after all this shit in Disneyland Adventures, and we're so happy, we go to get them embroidered, and that becomes the most issues we've ever had, because they're like, We bring them to California Adventure, and we're like, hey, can you borrow this? The people freaked the fuck out. They're like, oh, we can't do that on those.
We're not supposed to touch
And
those.
it's just like, it's like we haven't. It's like they haven't seen them before. They're like, holy shit! How
So
did
you went
get
back
these?
to like you went back to like caveman people, and you bring out like your iPad or
Yeah.
something.
I would love it if the story ended with you guys in Disney jail and then fucking like waterboarding you to figure out where you got these things from.
If
But, like
this-
clearly
if
you
this-
didn't
Who
go
did
to
you
the club.
kill?
Yeah. Who did you rob to
If
get
the
these?
security droid sees me taking these ears from you, I'll be put in employee prison for 37 years.
Yeah. So we go there and they're like, you need to go to Disneyland. Like maybe they'll do it for you. Because if we ruin this, like, I don't even know, we might get fired. And we're just like, holy shit, calm the fuck down. Kevin is just like, I don't care if you ruin it. Like if you fuck something, who cares? It's a hat.
And they're
So-
like, you don't understand.
Yeah, no, they were like freaking out. So then we go to Disneyland to get
Also,
this shit
you're not
done.
allowed to say things like that about Club 33. we could
go to
also wind up in
Disneyland.
Disney jail for that.
And they're like, we're like, all right, cool. Here's officially a broderie place. Like, we'll be fine. We go in and they're like, oh, you can't get those on your hats. I'm like, at this point, they're okay with embroidering something.
Yeah.
They're not okay with it saying that.
Yeah.
Like, there can't be at symbols. I'm like, really? Like, that's your issue.
Like, what if that's my actual name?
Is it just
so
not?
then I'm like, it's my name. Like, it's literally my name with an at symbol. And they're like, and we thought Kevin was fucked. We thought they wouldn't put Kind of Funny Kevin. I'm like, they'll put my name. That's not going to be a goddamn issue.
Mm-hmm.
So what became an issue is the fact that they had to call managers. It turned into this whole thing. And then eventually they're like, all right, he can have Kind of Funny Kevin. You can't have Tim Gettys. I'm like, what? They're like, we can't put your last name on there. And I'm like, it's me. That's who I am. And I showed them like my Twitter. I showed them my ID. I showed them everything. I'm like, at Tim Gettys, this is me. Like, this is legit.
Yeah.
They're like, no, well, you can't do that. I'm like, all right, can I put let Tim host on it? Like, I said, can I put hashtag let Tim host? They're like, yes. And then they're like doing those. You can't do the hashtags. No hashtags. This is fucking hell.
Is it that the embroidery machine doesn't have a hashtag?
No, it had it.
Why put it in the machine if you can't have it?
It was, oh man. But
Why
it
order the
was
one
Disney.
that does hashtags if you can't put a hashtag
Please
on
tell me
something?
you just settled on Bort.
No, so I just got let Tim host. And he got Kind of Funny Kevin, so I had to deal with that.
It's a
But
Simpsons reference.
I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that after all of that, I couldn't get Tim Gettys on my hat.
Okay,
Sorry to
what's
hear
your-
that.
Okay, well, what's your name, manager? Okay, Karen? Can I get Karen sucks? Can I get Karen's the worst Disney employee ever without a hashtag? I'll
wanna
add
get-
the hashtag later.
Put on there, I'll never come back to Disney.
Yeah.
I would have fucking loved it if you put Karen sucks.
Karen fucking sucks.
Will you put on there that Club 33 is racist?
Oh my god! But anyway, I want to give a huge shout out to David for helping us out because you really, really hooked us up with stuff, and to my boy Joey for
That's
making
amazing,
Club 33
man.
happen. 'Cause,
That is
wow.
amazing.
Thank you.
I'm jealous of you. I'm
Oh,
super jealous right
It's
now.
fucking cool. It was lit.
I can't tell my wife that I was in the same room with somebody who went to Club 33.
She'll
She'll just be angry.
Yeah.
And she will transfer that anger onto me.
There was a lot of anger on the internet. People
Yeah.
were pissed, but I'm like,
But
when
they're
you,
haters.
for not
They're just
really
jealous
hating.
haters.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where when you sit at this table and you have to talk about Disney this much and no one cares, this is why.
Here's the thing: is I think that Club 33 should be its own topic.
Mhm.
That was enough there, and that story was I was enraptured the entire time.
Okay.
The Disneyland thing, bored to tears.
Okay, it's fine.
Didn't care.
It happens.
Don't care about your hyperspace.
This is the thing I want. I haven't said almost anything on the show, but I want to say this one thing. I still need you to go to Disney World. Because you talk about Disneyland over and over again, and I stand by the fact that Disney World's way better.
Disney World is way better.
there's
It's
no
like-
way.
and like,
Jesus,
no
get the van. Let's
way.
go.
And I'm just
Come
saying,
on, boys, we're
I'm
going
just-
to Nazareth.
if you if you
If
love Disneyland as much, I really think you're going to be blown away by Disney
I
World.
love Disney World, but like from all accords, like there's no one I know that loves Disneyland and then has been to Disney World.
Disney
and been
World
like,
is
it's better.
empirically better. It is larger. It has more attractions. It has more
Way
to
more
do.
filler.
Does it still
But-
have the hoopty-doo review?
But Disneyland has a charm to it that Disney World does not.
Yeah, no, I agree. Disney World is
And I will
definitely
agree
more
with that.
is way more corporate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't been to either since I've been, well, maybe an adult, but like when I was like a teenage, like 18, 19 or something like that. I think was the last time. But I used to go to Disney World. Like I went to Disney World quite a few times, in high school when I was a little kid. So. I'd be interested to see what you think of it. I'd go in high school every summer with my friend Bryce and his dad. I think I've told that story
boy
before.
Bryce.
But I don't like theme parks anymore. The only theme park that's worth a damn to me anymore is Cedar Point, which is still like
What is Cedar
Which
Cedar
will
Point-
kill you. Which
Cedar-
will kill you dead.
Cedar Point is in Ohio, and I've been there because I was really into roller
Cedar
coasters when I
Point,
was a kid.
Geauga Lake, They will. King's Dominion.
King's Dominion,
All
Virginia.
of those theme parks will kill you dead.
Cedar Point. When I went, Cedar Point had 14 roller coasters. I think 4 of which are like world record breaking.
9 of them had literal holes
like-
in the track where they had to jump it.
Dude, they're insane. Like there was this one called the Mantis, which was like a stand up coaster that like strapped you in. You stood up on it, and like then it was like the Raptor was one of them. There was my friend Bryce and his dad we used to go all over the place because we were really into roller coasters. Every summer we go to all these different parks, and I used to. Oh my god, that place is fucking awesome. Or at least it was in the late 90s.
Did your
like
friends
Magic
ever work
Mountain.
at the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review? Because this is like one of my other than getting lost and then scarred by Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the third defining moment.
Is that in Fort Wilderness? Where is that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Fort
Yeah,
Wilderness.
yeah.
Yeah, Fort Wilderness is crazy. Fort Wilderness is the Disney-owned trailer park.
That's where we stayed.
Yeah. They have trailers. You can bring in your trailer.
We
and mobile
drove from
home.
Illinois in our RV. Yeah.
And so if you have an RV, there's only one official Disney-sanctioned RV park, and it's Fort Wilderness. They also have cabins. They have like hiking and stuff, and they have like a weird. They call it like the swimming hole. It's like a weird tiny hole for swimming. It's it's a small like water park. They got like 3 slides or whatever. The Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review. I remember we used to go there to have breakfast before we went to Disney World because that is also the site where they had the Chippendale pancake breakfast. And the Chippendale pancake breakfast was you go into this giant lodge and they play all these weird like American folk songs and people are dancing around. It's like basically, what is the name of that like really country old like comedy show? That was
Hee Haw.
Hee Haw.
It is like Hee Haw.
It's Hee Haw, but Disney sanctioned Hee Haw.
Disney sanctioned Hee Haw.
Did you guys talk about that beforehand?
No.
You just
No,
pulled
no, no.
hee-haw out of your ass?
No.
It's the one. It's
I am
Hee
a
Haw.
student. I am a student of television. I am a student of television, Nick.
It's basically Hee Haw, which makes it kind of
true.
like
Jesus,
scary
that's-
and nightmarish, except parents that are local in Orlando always take their kids to that breakfast because it is the cheapest breakfast, the least crowded breakfast, where you get to meet characters.
Yeah, those character breakfasts, man, they're a big deal.
They're very expensive and they're very hard to get into unless you go to Disney's own trailer park, where they will introduce you to all the
Chippendale.
characters.
Where Greg Miller got lost and had to stop a bus to get his parents called via the radio.
How did you even get to Fort? Like, okay, you were staying there.
The story goes that we drove all the way from Illinois. We only stopped once, slept over.
I'll write this
I've never told the story here?
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So we drive from Illinois in the motorhome to go to Disney World and stay at Fort Wilderness. But like as a kid, I'm just like, we're going to Disney. I'm in 2nd grade. We're going to Disney World.
Yeah.
I'm going to just be at Disney World. You know what I mean? You don't understand how it's all broken up. So we pull in, we check in, we go in, we park at the site. My dad gets out of the truck. We all stretch and he brings my bike down. He goes, "Why don't you check it out, Gregory?" To which what he meant, ride around the fucking like block of trailers, which to me meant go to Disney World. So I just fucking go. I'm just gone. And like, it's like one of those
He
things.
just saw a castle on the horizon and rode for it.
You're like Simon Belmont.
I totally thought I was going to end up. I thought for sure I'd roll up on the castle and all this other shit and see rides and fucking shit. But no, you just get out and you're just all of a sudden out of the subdivision. I remember I drove by the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review and all this stuff on my bike or whatever. And then I was like, well, I better go home. And then I just went back and like 45 minutes, I have no idea where I am or whatever. And I'm panicking, like, because you're a dumb 2nd grader panicking. And so what I eventually did is I saw a bus. And I jumped off my bike and ran in front of the bus and waved my arms. And then they stopped, like, what's wrong? And I just broke down in tears, of course. I'm like, oh, I'm lost. I don't know where to happen.
I'm sure everyone on the bus really appreciated it.
They radioed a counselor or whatever. I don't know what they call him or whatever. A park ranger who came over in a go-kart or whatever. And then the one guy's like, I'll never forget. Somebody else came in, another park ranger. The bus leaves. There's 2 park rangers there. And the guy's like, I don't know, you think we can find their parents? And like the woman who turns to him is like, yes, they had to check in to get here, idiot. Like, everyone is like, it's Big Brother here. Yeah, we'll find. And they immediately found me and took me back there. Yeah.
It really is like the off the grid part of Disney World.
Right,
Like
yeah.
when you're there, you're just kind of like, oh wow.
Yeah.
This is like, it's like that town outside of Miracle on The Leftovers. that's what Fort Wilderness is to
Yeah.
Disney World.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the GameOverGreggy show each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny and toss us a few bucks so you can get every episode early. If you don't have any bucks to toss, no big deal. Remember, we post it topic by topic, day by day, Monday through Thursday over on youtube.com/kindafunny. Then on Friday, put up the entire video. And the entire audio broadcast. Anthony Carboni,
Thanks for having me, guys.
you're a national
This was fun.
treasure. We love you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here. You know, you say that, and then the way you're clapping, I feel like it's very sarcastic. Like I'm getting like a lot of,
cap going.
it's starting like a lot of mixed
Well, we're getting
vibes.
into like the quack, quack, quack. That's where we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, go support him on
Mr.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/acarboni and Patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Thank you.
He
I
means
love you.
DLC. Until next time,
I'm Christian Spicer.
it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Quack, 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 quack. Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, 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 quack.